We are maybe not Taiwanese on paper, but we're Taiwanese in our hearts.
You will forever be like related to Taiwan in some way?
My kid will be like Taiwanese first, and then hopefully becoming like Swedish afterwards.
Ready to go?
Ready to go? Yeah.
And I get you a drink, Lucas.
Wow, come by.
And you have to guess what this drink is.
What it is?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks very much like milk tea, no?
You would say milk tea. You have to be more specific, Lucas. Milk tea is not a correct answer per you.
I don't know the actual name, but it's like 英式奶茶, 微糖少冰.
Is 微糖少冰, yes.
Yes? Okay.
That's correct.
So you're saying, I get that it's milk tea, 微糖少冰, and it's not specific enough for you?
No. Okay, you want the answer?
I mean, it tastes like 英式奶茶.
Well, I'm gonna give you the answer. Is 珍珠奶茶, 但是不要珍珠.
Ah.
I specifically asked that way.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. 我要一杯珍珠奶茶，但是我不要珍珠。
不要，那不要珍珠的，就是一般就是奶茶就好了。
Okay.
Oh, that's
So-
why it tastes so good. Okay.
If you guys don't know, that was Lucas' way of ordering drinks for a couple of years.
No, only 6 months. Don't make it worse than it was.
我要一杯珍珠奶茶，不用珍珠，谢谢。For another 6 months.
He's a bit slow.
So ordering like again twice a week for 6 months. 大杯珍珠奶茶，不用珍珠，谢谢。And no one, not a single person, is telling me that just say like 奶茶, and it will be faster for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Perfect. Taste very similar to 一般奶茶.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today I wanted to have a little video with you because I think it's been a very long time. Do you remember last time we did a video together on my channel?
Yes, we were in your apartment.
Yes.
Sitting in your sofa.
Uh-huh.
We're eating breakfast.
Yes.
From 如果去中和豆浆，永和，对，
那个店去永和豆浆。
永和豆浆，shit，中和是那个豆浆吗？不是吗？
去永和豆浆。
哦，是永和豆浆，
对，
不是中和豆浆。
它叫永和豆浆。
永和豆浆，
永和豆浆。
I don't even know what I screwed up. 永和豆浆。
Is 永和豆浆。
永和豆浆。
Yes. And there was a video about trying out ChatGPT. Funny enough,
Oh!
like ChatGPT was telling us where to go, what to do.
A day in Taiwan from ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
So I think we can do a little catch up of what has happened in the last 1 year since we did a video together. How YouTube has been, how our personal lives have been. What's new? What's coming next?
Disclaimer: you make it sound like we have not seen each other for like a year.
Oh, yeah, we meet a lot.
Yeah, we meet a lot. Just like we don't make videos about it anymore.
If we do a very quick recap, I'm sure everybody in my channel must have seen you, right? We have known each other for 10 years. We started YouTube around the same time, I think 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it's 6 for me. It's 6 years in August.
We lived together, like you said, for 3 years. And then last year we started to live in the different places. You have been doing full-time YouTube for
2.5 years.
and a half years. Last year we moved away from our place in Guting and you started living with Mintia, your fiance, here. From my side, I slowed down a little bit my videos because work is busier and I don't have as much energy as my young days when we were ready to make 1, even 2 videos per week. I have to add when we had a full-time job, the both of us.
Yes.
And I think that was insane. Like I could not do this again.
Like I'm doing still like 2 videos per week now, but now it's like YouTube is like everything that I do.
Yeah.
And when we met like a year ago, it was like in the beginning of me and my now fiance living together. And for me, there was like a huge change in life because when I talked about this like with my fiance as well, because when we lived together, like we lived together, but we had our own separate lives.
Yes.
But now, when I live now with my fiance, it's like, it's so different because it's like, it's our life in a completely different way than our lives were before.
Right.
So I've actually tried to spend a whole year just trying to find a balance on how can I make this like a normal job so I have a normal life after or like before my job, and so we can have like a normal life together, but still making like 2 videos per week, which has been a challenge just to find a balance.
For people who remember the very beginning of our videos, we were doing mostly outdoor videos like travel. I think slowly you have changed your style to become some kind of the foreign journalist in Taiwan. Is that a correct way to say it?
Maybe the foreign journalist YouTuber in Taiwan. I try to, yeah. It's not necessarily my choice. I finding myself in these situations,
yeah.
And then people just ask me to do more things on this same topic, and like they've kind of showed me the road I should take, I feel.
Right. You have been interviewing a lot of people from the European office, right?
Yep.
Like important people who come from all sorts of European countries working in Taiwan, and you discuss like their country situation and how partnerships with Taiwan, something like this?
Yeah, trying to get to know like the people, like the actual representatives from the European Union. I'm fascinated to see like how their life in Taiwan looks compared to mine. But then at the same time, now with like the news videos as well, everything that gets reported in the actual news is most of the time very different compared to like how our actual life is here.
Yeah.
For example, like the most recent example is like the big earthquake in like beginning of April, where like all the news media are talking about the earthquake, which of like in Hualien was like devastating, and it was like a huge earthquake. But if you would be in Sweden and you would like Google like earthquake Taiwan in Swedish news, you will think that the entire island has like just like sunk down under the ocean floor.
Collapsed.
You know.
Yeah.
So I like to talk about like things like this to show how things like actually are, and it seems that this is also what most of my audience is interested in as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope I can continue doing it for as long as I can. I love it.
I have seen you have a second channel recently.
Yes.
What's going on here?
Yeah, we kind of started making a couple / hopefully one day family channel about life in Taiwan. There's no family yet. Mintia is not pregnant or anything, but it's an open secret that we are of course wanting to have kids one day. So we're starting the channel hoping that we get to share all of that experience with everyone. Mintia is the one doing like all the planning and all the editing actually too so far. So it's like a little side project right now, but hopefully we get to share a different kind of life here in Taiwan some point in the future, which would be very different compared to like the maybe serious news / interviewing like ambassadors and representatives here in Taiwan. What I'm looking forward to the most actually is on the second channel, I would just be Lucas. I wouldn't be a foreigner in Taiwan.
Right.
Because my whole channel is like 外国人介绍台湾. We have lived in Taiwan for like 13 years. We are way past the stage where we feel like foreigners in Taiwan.
Where we discover Taiwan.
Exactly. Like Taiwan is already discovered. Taiwan feels like home right now. And like we are maybe not Taiwanese on paper, but we're Taiwanese in our hearts. So on the new channel, I would just be like Lucas and a normal guy, where I don't have to be like the foreigner, which I think is very refreshing. It would just be like our life. If you haven't checked it out yet, please go and support and subscribe to the new channel.
So talking about that, so you're creating this channel with Mintia because recently you moved one big step forward, which you have shared on your channel as well.
Yeah.
What has happened recently, Lucas?
Our good friend Yuan helped us to plan a proposal. So I proposed to Mintia, she said yes, and now we are maybe planning on having a wedding and everything like this, and take what do you call it, the last step into the relationship. It would literally not have been possible without the amazing execution from Yuan here.
That was nothing. You were the mastermind behind.
Was,
we were talking about it with the coded messages. I was just doing the execution. I was very stressed.
Honestly, the whole experience was like super stressful. So at the time when Mintia said yes, I was just like relieved. It was like the only feeling I had in my whole body. I was just like, thank God, now I can go back to being like a normal person again.
And when we say stressful, like the thing is, you cannot spoil that surprise thing, right? It's a huge surprise you want to give to your girlfriend, and any little mistake would just ruin it forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we had a couple of issues, like some friends by mistake posted some story on Instagram about the place that was ready to welcome them. We were waiting for them to arrive and he was ready to start proposing. Some friend just posted on Instagram like 20 minutes before. And so like these kind of things, you almost like have a heart attack, you know?
And I think that when she posted this, like I think we were like in the car. Thank God that Minthia gets like car sick, so she cannot check her phone while being in the car. Otherwise, everything would have been like ruined, I feel.
Yeah, right? So it's this kind of thing that I think we were both very stressed to hopefully have a perfect surprise like scenario.
Yeah.
And then the rest was your job.
Yeah, no, it was so good. We were like really good at like keeping it a secret. We had like codes, we were chatting. I would like physically go to your place using your iPad or your phone to talk with other people.
Right.
So there was no traces back to me. But it was so mentally difficult to keep a secret from her. Because
And it's a big secret.
it's a big secret too. Because like we share iPads, we share computers.
Oh yeah.
Just the fact that of all the things that I ordered, of course it went to like, I ordered everything to physically be delivered to your place. But all the order confirmations still got to my email.
Oh.
And I got like 21 emails talking about like, you know,
Confirmation for all the confetti.
your order has been confirmed, your order is on the way, your order has been received, here is like the receipt, please rate the experience. Here's a reminder to please rate the experience. Yeah, and sometimes you would even go into like my Shopee account to order things.
Wow.
And then you can see like previous orders and you can see like marry me sign and like I wonder what's he planning to do, you know? Right now we are actually in the process of getting married on paper, which also is like way more complicated than I ever thought it would be.
Right, you told me a little bit.
Basically, I need to get a proof from the Swedish government saying that I am single, that I'm not married already. But in order for that to be approved by Taiwan, it needs to be translated and then confirmed by like 3 stamps.
Okay.
And this process is like you need to like mail it physically to like 3 different offices.
So it's just a lot of back and forth.
It's just a lot of back and forth, yeah. But hopefully a struggle worth struggling. So we will hopefully get married one day.
Do you realize, like, you know, the meaning behind it? Like, it means you will forever be like related to Taiwan in some way.
Yeah.
Like, even if someday you leave Taiwan, you go to another country, because your wife is Taiwanese, you will always have, you know, attaches in Taiwan, come back to visit the family. It's like a forever connection kind of thing.
I feel like I had it before though.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I feel that the whole getting married part wouldn't really change my connection to Taiwan.
But I guess, you know, if you were not married to a Taiwanese and someday you decide to go to like back to Sweden or live in Spain, you would maybe not come back very often. It would still be a very big experience in your heart.
Yes.
But now, like, this chapter is like, it's a forever chapter now.
Yes. This is true. What freaks me out the most is thinking that my future kids will be Taiwanese. That is fucked up for me to think about. Because in my whole life, just the concept of having a kid, I have like always imagined the kid to grow up the same way as I grew up.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And it has never occurred to me, still not really, that my kid will be like Taiwanese first and then hopefully becoming like Swedish afterwards. But in terms of like the kid, because I mean, if we do have a kid, we're gonna have the kid in Taiwan and it's gonna be like the first couple of years like still here in Taiwan. So from the kid's perspective, it would be like 20 years from now, the kid will say, I'm Taiwanese, but my dad is from Sweden. And I'll be like, no, you're Swedish. You're Swedish. You just happen to.
And your mom is from Taiwan.
Exactly. You're Swedish. Your mom is from Taiwan, and you were born in Taiwan, but you're Swedish first. And I feel like the first time I realized that, I was kind of like a little. I was like sad that like my kid would not be Swedish first.
I don't think there's a real concept of first and second. Though.
I don't know.
It happens at the same time.
It happens at the same time. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think it's something very big for a parent, especially when you don't have kids yet, to process that. Not just for like, you're gonna need to have a kid to educate, but you're gonna need to pay attention to kind of evenly spread your culture and like Minthia's culture.
Yes.
Teach the language, consider like so many aspects that are like dual citizenship, dual cultures.
Yeah. I of course want my kid to speak Swedish, but that would mean that I can only speak Swedish with my kid. But then Minthia's Swedish is like terrible at best. So it would be like Chinese, English,
Yeah.
probably Taiwanese, and then Swedish.
It's gonna be very confusing.
So I'm like, how am I just gonna go all in and only speak Swedish with this kid? Right now, we're just gonna go like all in on Swedish and see what happens, basically.
That's something amazing. You know, last weekend I met a friend who has two girls. The older girl is 4 years old, I think. She speaks Chinese, no problem. She speaks the dad's Czech language, no problem. And she was speaking English to me.
Yeah,
and I'm like, where did you even learn English, kids?
Exactly. That's it, like I mean, that's what we want for the kids.
Apparently, because the parents speak together in English, the kid also picked up English.
Yeah. I mean,
3 languages, 4 years old. Like, I'm a loser, you know?
That's kind of what we hope for too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're very excited for the future.
Well, good luck. Looking forward for the next adventure.
Me too. What about you?
What about me? Which part?
When are you having kids? And
Oh,
what has happened with you since? Like, we only talked about me so far.
Yeah, it's true.
What have you been doing when I've been super busy with proposing and launching new channels?
Yeah, like, so I still have a full-time job. So for me, and it's very, very busy. Like, it got more and more busy as I get more senior, more experience in the engineering world. So I'm not doing as many YouTube videos as before, but still trying to do 2 per month. Private life, no information, but I could say watch my Instagram if you want to have more pics of my private life, because I don't do so many videos on YouTube anymore. So I think the fact that I don't do so many videos means I don't have to show so much of my private life. Like, I try to do videos with a very specific topic, but I share a little bit more like what I actually do in my life on Instagram. So if you want to follow. Also, my Instagram followers are gradually slowing down, so I really need you guys to come and click follow so it goes up a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's good for a touch base today. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not, please subscribe to our channels and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Shit, I just put a lot of milk tea on my